Happy Father's Day, Zach. I know today must be rough for you. The first Father's Day without him, based on what he told us, he loved you a lot, man. Take the day off. Well, it's too late, right? And do stuff reminds you of him, how your own Father's Day. And though I'm sure he's off in Valhalla drinking vodka surrounded by babes. Probably more like Jim Beam and Coke, but yeah, that would be correct. And yep, there's the old man right there. And it actually is crazy. Honestly, the really bad one for me was yesterday. Yesterday, because it was June 20th, was the day that I called my dad after my stream. And, you know, just the previous day, everything was great. I had hung out with him and we were, you know, like, it was just another great day. And then the day after that, he was just fucking sick and he couldn't get up. He couldn't do anything. And it was like, I remember calling him that day, and that was June 20th. And I was so stressed out. I was so worried. And that was when it began, the hospital entropy, right? And like, that was the beginning of the end, right? And yeah, fuck. So it was a real motherfucker, man. I'll tell you that. It was a real motherfucker. And so, yeah, I remember that. I didn't really talk a lot about it until it was like way later on and like way more evolved. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. I'm sorry, bro. I've been there. Yeah. And it was just not good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really that happened. And like, I kept streaming. I kept streaming until, you know, like I really just couldn't anymore. And then it just kind of got really fucking bad. And it just managed to just get worse and worse and worse until it was over. Right. So yeah, calling your dad a motherfucker. So he was the biggest hard ass asshole that I've ever known in my entire life. He was like, this was us at Golden Corral, where he would go around. We would go every single time that it was Veterans Day. They had Veterans Appreciation Day at Golden Corral, and he'd get a free meal there, and he would bring his proof that he was a Vietnam veteran. And this is a t-shirt that he had for Vietnam. And he would spend the time walking there. He would walk up to Golden Corral, and he'd be looking at everybody's license plates, like inspecting their achievements, because all of the veterans had like different license plates based off of like what medals they got. Like my dad had a special license plate for his medals that he got, and then other people had like a Purple Heart one, and then other people had like, you know, Army Commendation medals and everything else. And so like, that's what it was. And so we would do that every single time. And then there he is at my fucking, oh my god, bro, like there it is with the Starforge shirt on too. He wore that shit all the time. He did. And man, this is one of the many times he was just fucking stressing me out and everything. Mrs. Calls, bro. Yeah, it's weird that it's been such a long time. It has. And this is, I was like, I think 17 in this, 17, 18, something like that. Maybe, I think 17. So, yeah. Did your dad like his service? Yeah, he said he wanted to go back. He even tried to go back to Vietnam after they sent him out. They had to have the police, the MPs, the military police, physically remove him from his post because he wouldn't leave his post. And so he had totally wanted to stay in Vietnam. He was happy there. Everything was fine. And so he just wanted to stay there. Then he gets sent back. And then he starts signing up to join, you know, Blackwater, right? And like all of these militia groups and like, you know, all of the private armies. So then that way he can go back to Vietnam. And then apparently he got a job like as a carpenter or something like that, or a painter instead. Then he was you know, like he was an executive at a publishing company. And when the first Desert Storm happened, he was ready to he was going to drop his job as an executive at a publishing company in order to join Desert Storm. He was ready to just fuck this. Okay, all right, bro, I can go back. Like, all right, I'm immediately ready to do it. And the reason why they didn't let him back in is because he was like 14 months too old or something like that, right? So any plans to release the uncut podcast with him? I've got some other content I'll probably release with him as well. And yeah. Why would he want to go back to Vietnam so badly? The reason why he liked Vietnam, he said, it's because he could do whatever he wanted. There were no women there, and they had infinite ammo, and they had as many grenades as they wanted. And I think that whenever you're in a really stressful situation, it was especially the focus around having infinite ammo and no women. For whatever, like he had a t-shirt, and the t-shirt, what it said, if a man speaks in the forest and there's no woman to hear it, is he still wrong? There was one time that he had a, you know, an ex-girlfriend, that might have been his ex-wife, not my mom, the one previous to that, call him up while we're getting ready to go out to dinner, and she screams at him on the phone for about 45 seconds. He doesn't even say anything. He just hangs up the phone, and he's like, all right, so do you want to drive there? This is when I was, like, learning how to drive. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to teach you how to drive over to this fucking store. Didn't even miss a beat. The crazy one? Well, he said they were all crazy, including my mom. He's probably right, honestly. And told that story before? Yeah. And so, that's it. So based on goodness, exactly. And your dad sounds like a gamer. He was not a gamer at all. Like, he would, like, basically, he didn't know anything about Warcraft. He thought Warcraft was stupid, but he would always come over and watch me play PUBG, and then he would tell me what to do. He'd say, like, oh, you have to go over there. Like, go stand over there. Like, no, there's going to be guys coming from this side. They're going to come get you. And, like, he's watched this game for 5 minutes, and he's already trying to run the game. And, did you ever try to meet the other wives? Yeah, some of them, yeah. Like, one thing I did is whenever he was in the hospital, I had the... I was like, okay, well, how are we going to cheer the old man up? Well, why don't we bring in all of these girls that apparently he was like, he used to have a thing where he said he would only date women with the same name, so when he got drunk, he'd never call them the wrong name. And I asked him, was that name Shelly? Because that was my mom's name. Apparently not. You know, I was like, well, what is that? Holy fuck. Yeah, exactly. And so what I did is I invited a bunch of these, like, girls that he had, like, just, you know, like, hooked up with over the years to all come and see him while he was in the hospital. And I think it was definitely the right decision. It was totally the right call. And I'm like, this is going to cheer his spirits up. And I had them, you know, I would call them like, okay, why don't you not come today? Why don't you come tomorrow? Because there's somebody coming today, right? And so, like, that's what it was. And, two base, yeah, it's so absurd. Well, yeah, I mean, like, well, what the fuck else is he gonna do? He's just gonna sit around and do fucking nothing. So, yeah, and, I'm trying to think what else it was, and, call the whole roster. I did. And, yeah, I'm trying to think if there were any more of these that were worth doing, but, yeah, this is the, yeah, he never believed in any kind of, you know, like, anytime I was stressed out, he was just like, okay, just deal with it. Can you imagine how stressed out I was in, like, you know, X or Y situation? And, yeah, especially hearing stories, yeah, I mean, he was my dad was a massive fucking asshole. He was a massive dickhead, a huge fucking asshole, and there are a lot of things that I never really forgave him for, and I'm still not sorry, because he was a fucking dick, and he knows it. He knows he was a fucking dick, and I don't really have any ill will towards him, but, like, you were a dick and you know you were a dick, and that's the way it is. And that's fine, but that's just the way it is. And so anyway, stay strong. Yeah, exactly, right? And you had to get it from somewhere. Yeah, I know. And he was big on conspiracy theories like your mom was. No, he didn't give a fuck about conspiracy theories. Like, he didn't really like, the only thing that he cared about, like, he wrote books and shit, right? I mean, like, he was like a big writer and all that, but, like, I don't even really think that he cared about, like, his political positions on things. I don't think he really gave a shit about most of that at all. And could have beat you when you were a kid. No, my dad never hit me. He never did. He said, it was like, why would I have to hit a kid? Like, yeah, of course not. Why you say that? Did he cheat on your mom? I don't think so. Like, I don't really know, honestly. Like, they were getting divorced whenever I was even born, right? So, like, I don't really think so, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. What does your dad really care about? My dad really cared about drinking. He really liked drinking alcohol. He really liked guns. He really liked reading and philosophy a lot. Let me think besides that. He liked movies, loved movies. Beer or liquor? Yes. Cars, yep, loved cars. I bought him a nice car. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, do you like the wars? Yeah, he liked them in general, right? Was he proud of you? Yeah, my dad was proud of me. Like, he would get, I never, and this is going to sound crazy, I never even considered my parents' approval for anything. I never did. Like, my parents approving or not approving of something I was going to do, this was completely beside the fact. I would do everything I wanted, anything I wanted, and I never looked for anybody's approval for anything ever. That was it. Now, which ones are his favorite movies? I don't know, like probably Apocalypse Now, like Kelly's Heroes. Oh, fuck. Let me think besides that. He liked Predator. Rambo? Yeah, I don't know, like Platoon, probably. Like, I'd have to really think about the other ones. Why does your jaw in the picture look different? Well, because the reason why is that my face looked a lot different. Oh, these are newer photos. The reason why it looked different is because I had my teeth fall out, right? And so it changed the way that I look. And do you like any of the Halo games? Do you like any of the... He liked the Halo games. He didn't mind watching it, but what was his hottest take? His hottest take? I wouldn't tell you. I would not say at all. I would never say that at all. And yeah, absolutely not. So yeah, you can't say it. You have to understand that, okay, so this is what happened, right? So we brought my dad to the podcast that I did, Steak and Eggs. And the full uncut version of that podcast was over 3 hours long, and it was him talking nonstop without even missing a beat. And one of the parts that we cut out was my dad asking Tectone, do you know what they used to call black people in the 60s? Tectone goes, I don't know, the N-word? And my dad goes, no, worse than that. We had to cut out an hour of that podcast. And he wasn't racist, by the way. He wasn't at all. Like, he was telling the story as like a matter of like historical relevance. That was it. And released the files. Yeah, he was never racist or anything like that. Didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, that was just naturally based, I guess so. And can we watch it somewhere else, bro? Maybe one day, right? And yeah, he told us he had a black girlfriend. He is a fat racist. Yeah, he was dating a black... And I remember him lamenting the fact that he didn't marry her. He's like, yeah, she would cook me food all the time. She was great. She was really hot. She had a great body. Like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because then I started dating this other woman who, like, started cutting herself, and she tried to kill herself while I was in bed with her. And it was, like, a huge problem. Like, yeah, it's definitely kind of a mistake, right? She was the keeper, yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, it was really crazy. And anyway, it's kind of sad to see Father's Day for my dad, but again, I think that a father's role is to prepare his son for every day that he's not around. And so I'd say he did a pretty good job. I'm doing all right. There's things that could be better with me, things that could be worse. So that's really it. I don't really, that was it. Yeah. It's the way it is.